Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SE Navi, because it's got the sat nav, diesel. See, it's one of the first of these facelift models, which looks absolutely fantastic on the car, I have to say. This is actually my wife's car. They come up for sale now and again, mine and hers. The car will come supplied with a warranty supplied by our own company, obviously, but it's purchased from us quite clearly. The car is in absolutely lovely condition. I think I said it done 61,000 miles, but if I haven't, I've just repeated myself, or I have. Front of the car, new style front end, as I said, looks really good. Very clean indeed. Lights and lenses are clear, intact without any cracks or condensation in them. Bumper's very clean. Same with the bonnet, extraordinarily clean. Not a stone chip anywhere. Near side of the car, again, very good indeed. Can't see any obvious indentations there at all. Near side front alloy, absolutely pretty much unmarked. There's no curbing, and that's the one that generally takes the curbing because it's closest to the curb side quite clearly. Same with the offside, near side rear, again, lovely condition. So if it's a bit grainy this morning, it's a relatively early morning actually, but the rain's coming, so I've got to get this done before that arrives. Around to the offside of the car, driver's side, again, absolutely lovely. No obvious indentations there at all. Offside rear alloy, again, in fantastic condition. The remaining panel work is really, really nice. The final wheel, again, absolutely unmarked. I mean, as I always say in every video, there will be the odd little mark, which is obviously proportionate to its age or mileage, but they are very few and far between. It's coming to the back of the car now. It's been kept very, very well. Ordinarily, CR-Vs are rather heavily used in the back, but this one's been given a more gentle life than most. Coming in the front and the passenger side, again, very, very clean and tidy. Finally, driver's side, again, repeated theme, very, very nice indeed. So inside the car now, engine's running, as is always the case during these videos, so the dash can be seen illuminated, and dashboard looks pretty much as new. Sat nav, you can see, working absolutely perfectly. Just pop the car into reverse there, you get that lovely clear gridded parking camera, so I shouldn't park quite so close behind someone. But it's been kept very, very nicely, I have to say. And then up to the main dash binnacle, hopefully you can see 61,155 miles. Obviously the mileage will be going up because we are using the car on a daily basis, albeit we don't do many miles at all, but obviously for an update, just give us a call. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for Honda CR-V 1.6 SE Navigator. The car's registered DC65AYY, and the mileage of the car is 61,155 miles. The reason we do all of our videos, and as I always say, especially this road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online, they get to see any of the cars that we're advertising, no matter how they're advertised, actually in operation. The reason is because, like many people, we've been to see lots of cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs and the descriptions given, only to find out when you drive the car there's an obvious fault that shows up when you drive it. So hence that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this lovely part of Gloucestershire. And this forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, actually. This car is different, however, I would say that straight away, because this is actually my wife's car. So every now and again, mine and my wife's car are put up for sale. But the difference is that even though you're buying from us, our company supports it with the same 3-month warranty we put on our company's cars, our retail cars. But I always do the same videos that I do for our companies, for my personal ones, because I think it's just as hopefully beneficial to anyone that's looking to come and see it. So coming to the car, engine starts absolutely instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. And temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engines are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It is generally smooth and quiet, particularly basically when you're up to speed, it's only sort of obviously a diesel at sort of low speeds or low revs, because even Honda can't engineer that out. But when you are up and going, it picks up speed really nicely. It pulls very, very well throughout the rev range of the car, but it is ridiculously economical. I mean, they really are amazing. It's one of those few cars where you should try and drive economically. Of course you should, and the smoother, the better you drive, use the eco modes, that kind of stuff, the more economy you can get. But without trying, we're getting a bit 55-ish to the gallon. Longer trips, we'll be well over 60. Well over 60. It's oh well. There's a perfectly good pull-in just there. Oh dear. Anyway, so yeah, they are incredibly economical engines, really are. Engine feeds through into the clutch and gearbox in the car. Clutch in the car, smooth and positive, and actuation. Gearbox is just brilliant. It starts with the positioning of the gear lever, which is unlike your normal sort of forward and back down here. It's mounted relatively high up on the dash, and your hand naturally falls to it. Where it differs from most cars of this type is in the way it feels, because it is almost sporty in the way the gear change is selected. It's got a brilliant actuation to it. Very short and throw, snappy mechanical feeling, which is more remarkable given the fact that they're cable operated like most cars are these days. But it's a pleasure to use rather than sort of having to use it, obviously. And it feels exactly as it would have done when it was new, because it just feels tight as a drum. Steering on the car, the whole feel of these cars is very car-like. Honda are way ahead of the game. So much so that the CR-V's become the best-selling SUV in the world, and it's obvious when you drive them, because it is so enjoyable to drive. It's smooth, they feel great on the road. Steering is really nicely weighted. It tracks absolutely dead straight, by the way, and without any vibrations at the speed, or any speed up to the legal limit. But it's got really nice weighting. It's accurate and precise. To pretend it is sporty would be a complete lie, because it isn't. But what it does do, it does this job brilliantly. So when you turn to corners like this one here, it's kind of minimal movement, turn in, got real nice weighting and accuracy, as I said, to it. Then you've got the chassis of the vehicle, which responds really well. It really does flow through corners far better than you'd give it credit for, because it's very accomplished. The body control's really good. You don't get lots of that kind of secondary motion and float that you can get with lots of sort of upright cars. That's really well contained. But it also then gives you this very, very compliant, supple and really well damped ride. They obviously know ultimately what the design criteria for the car is, which isn't to hurl it around a racetrack, no matter what the road testers say in these motoring press when they say, oh, they're all a bit dull. Well, yeah, of course they are. It's actually a very nice car to drive, but it isn't a hot hatch. It's not meant to be. But as I said, what it does fantastically well. There's also absolutely no rattles or clonks coming from underneath the suspension, and the car is as tight as a drum in every single way. I'm just going to get up to speed and give the brakes a good old thump. I know they're good, because obviously it's a car we're driving day in, day out, but obviously just for demonstration purposes, hold on to my things. Let's give it a good old thump. But a really nice brake pedal on the car. It's solid, powerful, but what I'm looking for, as in all cars, is any kind of pulsing on the brake pedal or vibrations coming back through, which would suggest, in particular, kind of disc wear. But as I said, there's nothing felt through the pedal at all. Finally come inside the car, as you'd expect of any CR-V, they are brilliantly put together cars. Very solid feeling when you're sat in the car, but also just a very, very good place to sit, because you've got a fantastic driving position. Your positioning behind the steering wheel, it's absolutely spot on. Your hip point, your arms outstretched, but also the visibility the car gives you, or Honda give you with the car, is really good. You've got kind of a very low dash line in front, so you've got a really good view out the front. You can actually see the bonnet of the car, which is a minor miracle in this day and age. And then around the car again, excellent visibility, helped by these massive wing mirrors, which give you kind of almost commercial van style, you know, so when you're changing lane, it's really good. It does also have what they call it, lane assist. So basically you've got a little button there which is just pinged on, so veering towards, what have we done there? Veering towards, you know, the centre of the road, it'll sort of beep on for you. As you can see, obviously, sat-nav working exactly as it should, although I managed to turn it off just then. It's all very simple, easy to use. All the controls are, actually. You spend a couple of days in the car and it all becomes second nature very, very quickly indeed. Down below you've got obviously a dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side on the vehicle. That blows out absolutely ice cold air, by the way. All of the buttons, all of the switchgear have that same lovely tactile feel that you get from Honda. Every button has a satisfying feel to every control you press, and they're genius at doing that as well. And everything's working. Your cruise control, the whole lot, you know, you name it. Auto lights, got auto dip at night, so it goes onto main beam and dips the cars dips the lights when it sees the car coming the other way. Dash binnacle in front is just simple, legible, really nicely presented, as Honda always do. And then you've got this lovely small diameter leather bound steering wheel, which, like the rest of the interior, is pretty much unmarked. It's lovely in here. These are fabulous cars. We always have a CR-V. My wife will get another CR-V. I will have another CR-V, probably, but she certainly will. We've had loads of them. They are just fantastic cars, whether it be for yourself or in particular for family use. They are superb, and it drives utterly faultlessly.